Hi, welcome back. And this morning we were at the fabric store because they're having this fabulous sale. And I bought all these special fabrics to do other projects. But they had this Valentine's Day fabric and I just thought it was so cute that I thought, well, I'll just buy a little bit of it and go ahead and make some little throw pillows for a bedroom. So I bought this with the roses on it, which is really pretty and bright. And then got this one too. And it's really cute with, I think they're called sweethearts on them, sweet tarts. So very simple. I'm just going to draw the half shape of a heart on here, and I'm cutting it on the fold so that when it opens up, it'll be the full shape of the heart. Freehanding the cut. So I cut out the two pieces and I've now put them right sides together, and I'm going to go to the sewing machine and put them together now. So I'm going to start at the point, and I'm going to use about a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So I've opened a spot here to turn it and stuff it. And I don't like to take that to an end because it's just easier to stitch if it's in the middle. But you do have to leave a place for it to turn inside out and put the stuffing in. Coming across this here and leaving a nice sharp point, that's why I don't like to leave the stuffing spot here, because sewing right across it, you're going to get a nice sharp point. So then when I turn it inside out, this will be my spot as opposed to down on the point. So now we have to take this bulk away, because when you try to turn that inside out, if there's too much junk there, you won't get a nice sharp corner. And now on these curves, as we've talked about before, you have to give it that clip so the fabric won't have anywhere to go. We're going to keep cutting all the way around. Anywhere there's a curve, but especially right here, you have to clip that, because if you don't, the fabric will buckle. And the more arc to the curve, the tighter these little slits have to be. The closer together they need to be. Now we're going to turn it inside out in this little opening. To get that really nice and sharp, it's a good idea. You could use a seam ripper, but a seam ripper can sometimes rip through the fabric. So if you just use a pin and get that nice and sharp, and I'm not going to press this because I'm stuffing it, so the stuffing is going to push these seams out. So there's no need to press it. Okay, let's stuff this. This is just bulk stuffing that we got from the craft store. So now I've got all the stuffing in there the way I want it. The point's nice and defined, and it's stuffed. You'll make a decision about how much stuffing you want in there and how soft you want it to be. And you just keep working it till you get it kind of even, because you'll get pockets of hard stuffing and where you want it to sort of all be even around the whole thing. And now on this part, I have to whip stitch to close that up. So I'm going to go backwards on the first one. And then coming forward, grab a little bit from this side and a little bit from that side. Because the stuffing is movable, it's really hard to stitch this. In a perfect scenario, it would be nice if you had someone like my daughter to hold it. These are her hands holding it down for me so that I can get the stitching in here. I could have run this up on the machine too. I could have just squeezed these two pieces of fabric together and run a seam on the sewing machine, but I like the look of hand stitching. I like the way it looks homemade. And when you get to the end here, you can double knot it. Take the needle and just show up over here. Give it a little bit of a tug and then it hides inside and you won't even see that thread. And that's the finished project. It's great for beginners to learn how to sew, great for kids that are just learning to sew, and thanks for watching.